All right, we are recording. Thank you for joining me, Piret, on Not Nosy, Just Curious podcast. And I am curious about this book you wrote, How to Buy Happiness. God bless you. You got 5 stars. You're doing great. When you say how to buy happiness, am I buying material products to buy my happiness, or is this a state of mind?
It's it can be both of them. Depends what you viewing it because when you buy, first of all, like I'm gonna explain why we even say that money can't buy happiness. But buying happiness, you can buy both. You can buy just products which make you like happy for a little bit. You can buy a good lifestyle. You can buy healthy habits. You can learn healthy habits. You can pretty much it tells you how to use the money to make yourself a happy person.
So if I don't have money, am I unhappy?
No, because a lot of people can be unhappy without money as well. But I just want to get away from this people believing that money can't buy happiness.
Now, what motivated you to write this book and take this path?
Because I started realizing myself that that sentence is wrong, and I was investigating more like where did it came from, why people say it, and why do they believe it, because it's not true. And pretty much why people say it, they all like say it, it's just something from the past. People start repeating and they repeating and they don't think is it true or not true, and they just repeating money can't buy happiness, and this way they actually limit themselves from being able to use the money to buy happiness.
So you have to train yourself to think differently. Is this part of the what is it, the attraction? If you think it, you attract it mentality.
No, it's actually much more of action based. You actually have to do the action of it and understand. And what I want to change for people to do instead of like that's the realization of it. It's not when people say money can buy happiness, that's not true. And we should stop saying that. The thing is like just having money doesn't make you happy. So you have to know how to use the money to make yourself happy and do the happy things and buy the happy things.
So have we been misinformed forever how to use the money?
Yeah,
So we have
because
to,
yeah,
I'm sorry, Perrette, go ahead.
because one of the things what people do more than they use money to buy happiness, they buy unhappiness.
Okay, explain.
Yeah, they buy unhappiness when they buy alcohol. They buy unhappiness when they buy unhealthy food. They buy unhappiness when they buy cigarettes. They buy unhappiness when they buy some drugs. That they buy unhappiness when they buy things that they can't afford. So that causes the stress, depression, divorces, wars. Like when the money is used inappropriately with greed, it also causes like wars and everything like that.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, I mean that's very valid. So to spend the money wisely, you have
Yeah.
to in your book you have to be taught the better paths basically.
Hmm.
I mean you have 6 steps in your book to learning those better paths. Now, did you have a bad experience with money yourself where you had to rethink this?
No, I myself actually one of the things that I am, and that's different for people. I'm one of those naturally born happy people. So I
Okay.
was like naturally happy since I was little, but I also, what I do and what I teach, I understand that happy is nothing that we have to be 24/7 because that's not normal. You're not happy that like when you get sick, when something sad happens. So we have to understand that all those other feelings we have for reason as well. There's times that we have to feel sadness, fear, anger. We need all those other feelings as well. But what I teach in the book as well is happy resting mindset, where it's like when there's not other things going around, like nothing else that affects your life negatively, then in that state you feel good and happy. And when something happens, you try to bring yourself back to this stage.
Do you think, Perret, people sabotage their own happiness?
Yes, even I do sometimes.
And do you think it's consciously or very deliberate that you're doing it, or is it just something that you feel you don't deserve?
I think it's more subconscious, and I think it's more based on something how you were growing up and the environment you were growing up and things that you learn. Plus the thing that you learn that money can't buy happiness, that's one thing as well. But with generally in happiness, it depends on how your family raised you think about happiness or what events happened in your life. And a lot of the people, they don't even know what the happiness feels for them.
I agree. Right, right. But then, therefore, they don't feel like they deserve to be happy. But
Hmm.
can you Perret, depend on other people to make you happy?
Oh, you should not depend. No, definitely not. You should not depend on other people to make you happy. Happiness, you is something that you're responsible for.
But money can make me happy.
You can use your money to make yourself happy, and and also what they say. There's no studies that prove that money can buy happiness, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of money, a lot of uh, like searches done that prove that people who have enough or more money are happier people.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, just sometimes, you find wealthy people to be very miserable and very, I mean, of course, they're wealthy for a reason, right? They possess, you know, you know, things that we don't possess. They're obviously a little more aggressive. They're probably the A type personality, right? And sometimes they don't seem as happy because of their privilege.
Yeah, and a lot of them, they're not happy. A lot of them are not happy. Like, it just says that most of them are happier,
Uh huh.
but not all of them. A lot of them are miserable, depressed, sick, and all the things like that, because again, they don't know how to use their money to be happy. They use their
Okay.
money to be unhappy and depressed and just have that greed of just to have money, but now they're not using money to make themselves or people around them or just the world a better place.
So, Peretz, explain greed to me. How is greed and happiness? How do you draw the line between the money buying happiness and being greedy?
The way I understand the words, the difference between greed for money is when you just want to have money with no reason behind it. You just think about like money and money and money. There's no, oh, I want money to go for vacation. I want money to put my kids to the school. You just think of greed, like having more money and having more possessions. And that's the even thing with buying happiness. That doesn't mean that you're just buying more stuff, because that's going to make you again unhappy. If you A lot of people, they live unhappy life because they accumulate so much stuff, buying all those things that they can't afford, and now they're pretty much living to pay off all the money that they borrow.
Right. So that was my confusion because it seems like money is attached to uh, product. And but you're saying if I have to charge to get, then I don't really have the money. I'm using borrowed money.
Yeah,
Right.
for, you mean like for like those some of the people,
Yeah.
yes, who buying this cars that they really can't afford, and then now they have to work just to pay their car payment. Now
So
they
there,
have a fancy car, but now they working to keep that fancy car.
so there's the contradiction. So they're acquiring all these things, but they're charging these things. So therefore, they don't have the money. So they don't have the happiness because they're using borrowed money.
Kind yes, if they can't afford it, because that stresses them out.
Right.
There's some people who have enough and they can afford that to buy things like that, and it doesn't bother them. Then it's fine. But you don't have to like show with the things, and that's the one thing as well. A lot of people pretend with buying those things. They think that shows that they're happy, and now they think that that pretends to other people, so the other people will think they're happy because they have those things.
And then that happiness, that false happiness creates envy and jealousy from people on the outside looking in when their happiness is not truly genuine,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And that's actually that's really important thing in my book and my teaching, that happiness has to be genuine.
Right. And
That's the most important word with like people relearning what happiness is and how to be happy is, that it has to really be genuine.
right, because you do have a chapter on resetting that happiness, that happiness button. So, I mean, and you said yourself you were kind of born happy. Do you think people are naturally born happy and they don't need all these things, or some people just need things to validate them?
Yeah, I yes, I believe that some people are naturally born, like we use the word happy, but
Hmm.
it's just like more positive minded. They're
Okay.
always like, I don't know if you've seen, and somebody a long time ago told me that I didn't see the movie before that, but then somebody told you I'm like Pollyanna. And
Okay.
then I looked that movie up and looked at the movie, and it's like she's a girl who's just like always trying to find a positive outlook in different situations.
Now,
And that's
does
kind of how I was since little as well. Like things are not all like things, pretty much most of the time things are not 100% perfect, but
right,
you just try to find what is good. Like my focus is what is good, how I can get back to the good, what else I can do. Like usually it's that way, and that's what I call in a book as well, is the happy resting mindset.
right. Do you surround yourself with just happy people?
I try to, but not all of them are. Like I
Right.
have people like with all kinds of things. It's not so many who just like born happy. So I'm trying to teach them the same way, and try like when they going through hard times in a moment in life, I try to get them more in the positive places. But I gathered myself around more of people who are more content
Okay.
and like more like relaxed, and not like people who have bad, how do you say, intentions or something like this, and they always complain or
Right.
something's always wrong. I have some of those as well, but with those I have to make boundaries with.
Right. Do you think happiness and positivity are the same thing?
In my mind, yes, they are.
Okay.
I try to like there's a way, and there's a lot of people who separate happiness into like so many different emotions, but I try to make it simple and just put it in one thing.
Right. Just one bundle. And if you
Hmm.
maintain this positive attitude, then you're on the happiness path.
Yeah, just keep it in a simple way. But like I said before, it's really important to understand that like I'm a naturally born happy person, and for everybody as well, there's moments when I feel sadness. There's moments when I'm scared. There's moments when I'm angry. And we need all those too, because there's a situations that you need those feelings for.
Oh, yes, yes. It's a natural kind of protection
Hmm.
thing. But I think you really took a chance when you said, when you wrote this book, how to buy happiness, because I think people initially just think of purchases, and it's according, it's not that, it's these practiced steps you have to take. So once again, it's a practice, right? And I
Yeah,
think,
kind of like practice. Yes, you have to practice to buying happiness and things that make you happy, and use the money. It's using your money to make yourself happier, make yourself have a better lifestyle as well. So
but
when people just buy things, and you said purchases, say it's not all about purchases, and that's what they have to relearn from the book, that money is not just buying purchases. With money, you can buy, you pay for a therapy.
oh,
Like if
good
you need
point. Okay.
therapy, you pay for a therapy. You still, it's it's the buying of, like, using your money.
Okay.
When you buy something, you're using your money, and how you use your money depends what what kind of life you're living. Are you living a happy life or not?
So, how do you slow your roll? How do you stop the impulses? How do you, slow down and think through the buying before you go and jump and buy?
That is the practice that you're saying about.
Yeah. Okay.
That's something. And first, to start doing it, you have to also understand what is happiness for you and what makes you happy. And that's what I teach in a book as well. There's point by point how to start paying attention what makes you happy, how it feels like in your body, and what are the triggers to get you that feeling, and then start doing those things, and maybe buy some of those things that make you feel like that, and paying for those services that make you feel like that. And even, like, for me, one thing to pay for is paying is massage or
Hmm.
spa treatments, for, like, even not just for me, but, like, even I'm thinking for men, like men who have a lot of money, they should go to the spa treatment or massage, because that will make them feel better, and maybe that will make them less grumpy, and feel like, when you feel good and happy like that, you're a better person by yourself.
Do you think happiness is contagious? Do you think your happiness can wear off on me?
I believe so. I
Oh.
see, even with a simple smile,
Hmm.
like somebody smiles at you in a store, and like I smile at people in a store, and you can feel the change.
Okay, that's fair. All you have to do is reach out and maybe say hello, right? Extend the happiness hand,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, and like when somebody you see somebody is sad or something, and you don't have to make them stop being sad, but you have to give them space of, like, seeing what are the other options and everything like this, and being that positive person next to them. But I always teach also one thing about sadness or sad moments with the crying. Like, I always tell people not to try to make other person when other person is crying, don't try to make them stop crying, because crying is releasing that emotion, you
So it's
know?
urging, it's necessary.
Yeah. Your body needs to release whatever that emotions that's inside. Your body needs to release it. So that person is releasing emotion, you just can be there for them, support them. And there's so much I've seen it, because I've done it so much for other people and for myself. After you cry it all out, you feel so peaceful and relaxed.
Yeah, that's a fact. Now, how long have you prepared or gathered your information to write this book? Did you always want to write a book? Was this always like the thing, I'm going to write a book one day? And how did you take the path of happiness in this book?
Why? I This is my second book. My first book was Joyful Life Jumpstart.
Okay.
So years ago, when I was figured out that I'm naturally happy person, I started studying, like knowingly studying why other people are not like that. Why can't just everybody be same way? Just think positive and try to find positive ways. And I started studying, focusing more on happiness, and I learned more things around it as well. And that's when the first book came around, and then second book started coming around when I started thinking more about like why do people say we can't buy happiness when it's not true.
So do the thoughts just pour out of you, or you just do you journal and then put them in order for the book, or is it a with intention you're going to write a book, so then you start the research?
My thoughts start coming together like for this one was like a 2 years before. But then when my thoughts are together and I have my notes already, like some of the notes in a paper, then I actually put myself in a schedule. Usually, like my writing time is from 9 to 2. So I sit down and like try to write from 9 to 2, having even lunch break and like a job. And
Okay.
that takes that spark to put the book like finally together will take me about 2 3 months. But
Oh,
like the previous thinking and notes and all the things, so the book is kind of already in my head. I do a lot of work on that in my head, and like you said, notes. Like this book was about 2 years, but then I sit down and write it out like within 2 3 months.
and then once you're in place, you're driven. That's it. I got my
Hmm.
notes. I'm putting these in order, and you feel exhilarated as you're sitting there putting your notes down on paper.
Hmm. And
We
first book I did the same way, but that's when I first time learned that kind of pattern. And
okay.
then with the second one, I knew that I have to put myself in a work schedule to write it, and this is the way it gets written.
Do you journal, Perrette? Does that help you, recall all the thoughts you have on happiness and stuff? Do you journal and then revisit it as you're writing the book?
I write like every day. I write something. I have like all around me, and like in my bedroom, in my kitchen, everywhere. I have like papers where like when the thoughts come to my mind, not just about happiness, about some other ideas I have as well. So I have several, not just journals. I have like notebooks of different themes and everything all around all the time.
Do you advocate for that? Do you think people should write their thoughts down and journal? And is it therapeutic to do that?
Yes, and that's actually one of the things in the book as well. I'm teaching how to keep in. One thing is that um, gratitude journal. I did that before, but in my book, I teach about happiness journal, where you actually start to investigate and pay attention what makes you happy. First, it's just there's like questions that you have to ask beforehand, and then you have to start daily basis paying attention. What was something small that made you feel good? What was something good? Did somebody else did something that made you feel good? Did you do something that made somebody else feel good?
Okay. So once you start journaling or writing your thoughts and it's the next day, should you go back and reread what you wrote the day before or never visit it again?
Oh, I think you should reread occasionally, not like sometimes depends on the person. For some people, next day, some people don't need to reread it because after they already wrote it down, it stays in their mind. But some people like to like I reread my things occasionally,
So
and
don't,
I like rereading also some of the things that are written years ago.
oh, I bet. I bet. So don't reread to edit, just reread it to enjoy it.
Oh, for the book like this for editing.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm talking about journaling also. I
Oh,
mean, both avenues. Don't edit what you had written the day before. If you're going to reread it, don't edit it.
I'm thinking don't edit it as like don't fix it, but
Yeah.
you can add additional notes if some new ideas came to your mind based on what it is. Then you can just add like, well, yesterday I was thinking like this, but forever what something happened or for I don't know why today I'm thinking differently.
Okay. Okay. I think maybe it's probably a good thing for everybody. Like you said, if you're not journaling formally, just take notes. If you have a profound thought, write it down because you will forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely write it down and everything like this. Even like short, like you were saying, short notes and ideas, and because it might lead somewhere too. Like you writing some idea came to your mind. It seems completely unreasonable in this moment that you can't do it in your life stage right now, but maybe it stays when you write it down. Like it stays in your mind, and maybe like 2 3 years later you either find that idea in your head again or you find that note, and then you start thinking like, well, now I can do that.
Hmm. Or you start thinking, wow, I'm pretty smart. That's kind of smart what I wrote. So, so it's about having a positive attitude about yourself also. And if you feel that way about yourself, will the money come if you're doing what you love?
I don't, with me doing all this study and learning and writing about that, I figured out I don't believe, and I did for a while, like 3 years ago or something, before I was doing the study and all the things, I did believe that thing that money is energy, and I don't believe that anymore.
Oh, that's
Now
great.
I just understand that money is basically just our economic system, and we live in that system, and that's why we need the money, and that's why we like a lot of those things we don't just like we need, and that's like sad part of it, but a lot of the people who really need therapy or coaching or something like this, and they can't get it because they need money to get it. So now we're in this like, economic system where we need money. Some of the situation we even need money to be happy because we need money to even just pay our rent, pay our bills, and all that. That's also, if we don't have money to pay all for those things, that creates unhappiness in our life.
So, Perrette, simply put, money is necessary. I mean, it's not just something you can summons through a good thought,
Yeah. Because we live in this system that's based on money, based on like having money, and
which
you
is
can
very
get.
realistic.
Hmm. But like, there's a lot of ways to like. I also point out there is a lot of ways to have happiness and do happy things without money as well. That's important to know as well. But this book is specifically how to use the money for happiness. Because there's a lot of ways, like, and maybe that will be in next book as well, like how to create happiness without money, and that's important to know as well.
Yes. But I think your approach is very realistic. You do need money to buy, like you say, help or rent or whatever. And that's realistic. So you can't just sit back and go, well, I love what I do and money just will come to me. That's not real. I mean, you have to think of it very like you're saying very realistically. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean it's a great swing around, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Well,
So I wish it would be like that, that you would
I,
just think of
I
it and it just
suggest
comes and manifest
just
it.
keep thinking, visualize. They say visualize and it'll come to you, but I don't think that's the case. So I like
Mm-hmm.
that you're very grounded about this and your feet are on the ground when you talk about money. Be realistic about it, it doesn't just come. So
Mm-hmm. You
Well,
still have to do actions towards it.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
So, but
But the way I see manifestation now as well is like it gives you a focus on something, but you have to take the most important part of manifestation is taking the action.
okay.
Like when now you focused on, okay, yes, I want more money, but then you pay attention or like what are the thoughts that come to your mind. And that's where I think you probably have to change the way you think as well, not just expect it to come, but what you can do to make it come.
Well, and once again, it is a practice. You
Mm-hmm.
have to practice it. So, well, this was delightful, Paret. Would you join me again on your next book? Can we take that journey together? Will you do another interview with me?
Yeah, with even maybe something else, or maybe the other one. I want to show how it looks like
Oh,
as well.
yeah, you're getting 5 stars on this.
Yeah.
You're getting 5 stars. God bless. You go, girl.
Because I really my goal is for the people to understand and change the way there's like few things that I want to say before we finish.
Please do.
To understand that the thing when we say money can buy happiness, that's not true. What it is like just having money doesn't make you happy. But you can learn how to use the money to make to get yourself be happier and happy. And you have yeah. And then the second thing is you have to understand that you need all the other feelings too. You need happiness. You want to be you want to get to the point where you have resting mindset is happiness, but there's situations when you're gonna need sadness, fear, anger. Those all the other feelings are fine to feel as well, but you don't want them to be your resting mindset. You don't want to be like always the sad person, always the angry person, always the person who's scared of everything.
Right.
So, and you can use money to relearn all those things as well.
Can I just ask you one more question, Perrette, before we close? Now, when I'm using money, am I using currency or am I using charge cards?
Uh, could be anyway, could be also like the way I see you can use the currency, you can choose the charge card, you can use trade. When you're trading, I consider that buying as well because it says buying happiness, it doesn't say money only. So
Okay.
trading is also, and right now we moving more and more towards where money is just digital numbers.
Right. Right.
It's not even a card anymore. It's just digital numbers on your screen.
True. Yeah, well, not even paper money you don't carry much anymore. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, this was very enlightening for me. I'm going to certainly be more conscientious about money.
Mm-hmm.
Always, I will think of it differently now because of you. But yeah, thanks for joining me. It
Yeah.
was wonderful. You're
Yeah.
just
Thank you.
delightful.
I
Thank
want to
you.
let people know who that book is available on Amazon,
Yes,
but
on
I
Amazon.
also have it. I want to be more available to everyone. So it's also available in my YouTube channel. But
Oh,
people, yeah,
it's
I
great to know.
it's with my accent. I read it like just like simple way with my accent, so that's fine. People have to go through that, but it's a way to get it to get the access to the book for free.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice to know. I mean, your accent is delightful. You're not hard to understand, so it'd be even more musical to hear it that way. So that's
Mhm.
good to know. You heard it. YouTube channel. Just go there. The YouTube is just Perrette.
My YouTube channel is just Piret, but sometimes because of the English pronunciation and everything, tries to give you pirate. And
Okay.
it just and
Okay.
a lot of the ways to get it is either you write Piret happiness
All right.
or you write Piret perspective.
Okay. All right.
Both of them can get you to the channel, but after you're gonna post your video, I'm gonna come and put my link under it as well.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we can do that for you too. We probably won't, might be Thursday. We'll get it up, but yeah, we can. Well,
Yeah, so that
we'll
people can.
communicate when we get to that point and see if you
Mhm.
want it, how we're going to proceed. Okay.
Yeah, because I just want people to learn that use your money to make yourself happy. Use it less for like the things that make you unhappy. And I want people who have a lot of money start using money to make the world a better place too.
Amen. Amen to that. Thank you, Piret.
Amen.
We'll
Thank you,
talk
Yvonne.
again. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.